Hello everyone, I am Oma. You welcome back to my channel. So in one of my previous shorts, YouTube shorts, someone actually commented that I make a tutorial on this top, and here is a tutorial on this top. So this top has so many different stitches and patterns here, but I'll just try and make it very detailed as possible. Please do enjoy the rest of this video and make sure you give it a thumbs up and you subscribe. Thank you. Now for this tutorial, I'll be working with these yellow yarns, just as you can see, my measuring tape, a pair of scissors, some stitch markers, and of course my 3.5mm hook. So let's get started. So firstly, I'll try to roll my yarns over my fingers and then try and make a slip knot, which I'll be starting my foundation chains with. Yep. Then firstly, I'm also going to be chaining 6. After that, I would insert my hook on the very first chain and make a slip stitch, just as you can see. Now chain up 6. Then you make a double crochet in that magic circle. After that, you chain 2 and make another double crochet. So basically, we're going to be making one double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet. In total, you're to make 8 double crochets in this magic circle, and then I'll tell us what to do next after that. Skip the last 2 chain spaces, insert your hook on the third one and make a slip stitch. And that's the end of this row. So make sure in total you have 8 double crochets in that magic ring, and then let's see what we have to do next now. Now for row 1, chain 2, make extra 4 double crochets in this space, which means you should have in total 5 double crochets in each space. The next space, you make 5 double crochets on the next space. Just like that, you're going to be making a total of 5 double crochets in each of those spaces that we have here, till we have worked 5 double crochets round the entire gap that we have here. Now for row 2, we're actually going to chain up 3, make 8 double crochets, chain 5. The first chain 3 is actually going to be serving as our first double crochet, mind you, while you make extra 7 double crochets to make that 8 in total. When you're done with the 8 double crochet, you chain up 5 and move to the next double crochet space and make another 8 double crochets on the row. So basically we'll be repeating this until we are done with this second row. Then I'll tell you guys what to do next. Now for row 3, make a slip stitch to the next chain space and then make 6 double crochets, chain up 5, make a single crochet on that space we have at the middle, chain up 5 again, slip stitch over to the next chain space, then make another 6 double crochet. So that's the pattern for this row 3. You just take it that way and repeat to the end of this round. So basically for this pattern we are just trying to form the starfish shape, so that's why we are actually skipping one space in between each ends just to form the starfish shape. So now we are almost at the end of this round. We will just make a slip stitch at this very beginning, yes, at that top, and push it through, and that's actually the end of this round. As we can see, our starfish shape is gradually forming. As you can see, yes, we are getting the shape round by round, and this is how we'll keep decreasing ends to ends, sides to sides. Now for round 4, you start with a slip stitch, make 4 double crochets on that angle, then chain 5, make a single crochet, chain 5, make a single crochet, chain 5, and then make your 4 double crochets over to the other side, and that's how you continue. You'll be repeating this pattern for this particular 4th row round the entire circle. And we're almost done with this particular row. So at the end, we will just make a slip stitch on the very first beginning, and that seals the end of this round. So now for round 5, make a slip stitch. Yes, then you make 2 double crochets on this particular chain spaces. Then you chain 5, make a single crochet, chain 5, make a single crochet, chain 5, make a single crochet, and lastly chain 5. Guys, if you've watched this video up till here and you haven't given me a thumbs up, please, show your girl some support. Give this girl a like and please tap the subscribe button. Yes, below every of my video, you will see the subscribe button. Tap the subscribe button and put on your notification bell so you don't miss further updates from my channel. Because I will keep posting creative videos, creative tutorials on how to crochet, how to sew, how to make one thing or the other to spice up your fashion. Guys, subscribe. And I would really appreciate, because that would go a long way for me. Thank you. So we'll keep repeating this pattern for this entire row. That's exactly the pattern we'll be repeating round until I meet you guys at the very top and then end this row. As you can see, we are almost at the end of this row, just making few chains so I can slip stitch at the very top right here, and yes, that's the end of this row. Now for this row, we are actually going to be making eight eight chains. Then we are going to make a single crochet. Then we are going to chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, just like that until we get to the other pole of the star. Then I'll tell us what to do next. As you can see, our starfish is already taking shape and it looks exactly like what we want. So that's just it here. So just keep walking around until I meet you guys at this particular point and I'll tell us what to do next. Right now we are actually done with this round and we just made our last few chains, and then we're going to make a slip stitch on the third chain to the last. I repeat, third chain from there, the third one. If you count from the down, the third chain is where you'll be inserting your hook, and then you make a slip stitch, and that closes this particular round. So after that, the next thing we're going to be doing is to chain up 3 and make 5 double crochets in each spaces of this gaps that we have here. Like we're going to be making 5 double crochets on each of these gaps along here down till we get to this point, and I'll tell us what we're supposed to do. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be working on this first spaces. try and locate the middle point of this top. This very middle point of this top is where we're going to form a hollow. So we've already made 4 double crochets on this very particular space. The fifth one, we're going to be making it on this middle point. So right now, we're going to make our fifth double crochet on this middle point, of this top, and then you chain 2 and make another double crochet on that very middle point. This middle point here, we're trying to form a hollow, or a V shape, which is going to be the middle point of this top, and from there we'll be forming the sides of this top, the front cover part of this top. So that's how the pattern will be going. I'll just insert my stitch marker here at the middle so I don't forget that there's something going on in that middle. So when I come back to this place, I know what I'm going to be doing there. So watch and see what I'll be doing at this middle point. And after that, just keep working your extra 4 double crochets which are supposed to be there. Remember, we've already made the fifth one or the first one at that middle point. So you just do extra 4 and then keep making 5 double crochets on the next few spaces along. Okay guys, I'm fast approaching the end of this row. Yeah, so I just have an extra space left. Yes, I have just one space left to finish up, and when I get to the end of this place, I'll be showing you guys what I'm going to be doing here. So I'm making 4 double crochets in this space, then 1 double crochet on the top, like the very top middle point of that starfish body there. That's where I'm going to be putting my last or my fifth chain space, so that this thing will be well arched and balanced when I'm crocheting the front body or the front coverage of this top, just like the way I started from the initial part on the other side. That's the same way I'll be doing that here. So from here now, we're going to be working on this angle side by side, just like the parts that you're seeing here that is already covered. That's the part we'll be doing our double crochets round and round and be forming this V shape. This will be coming down just like this until we form the front coverage perfectly. So I'll just, chain, make that fifth chain right there on that particular part. Do not forget to make the fifth one on that part. So right now I'll be double crocheting down to this middle point. So chain up 3, flip your work over to the other side, and when you check, you would see that this is the wrong part while the other side is the right part. So start making your double crochet from the second chain space after this chain 3. Yes, and then start double crocheting on every single space you see till we get to that stitch marker. Guys, till we get to that stitch marker, then I'll show us what we are going to be doing right there. So guys, after your last double crochet, please open up your stitch marker and remove it. Put that aside, and then we're going to be making one double crochet in this very middle space, then chain two and make another one double crochet before you start making extra double crochets on the remaining chain spaces along this row. So guys, this is how we're going to be making chain three, double crochet to the middle, then do your double crochet, chain two, double crochet in that middle part, then keep double crocheting to the end, chain three, flip your work over just like that, row by row until you're done with this work. Now this is the right side of this top, and you make sure that everything is aligning perfectly while you're doing that. Don't forget your middle, what you're supposed to do at the middle, and I'll meet you guys. Okay guys, so we are actually at this length. This is how far I walked. I walked from there to row 10, and this is what it looks like. Yes, this is actually 5 inches long, so you can actually walk to your desired length, but for this tutorial we are walking for a crop top, so it doesn't need to be so long. This is 5 inches, which is 10 rows, so you can walk as many rows as you wish, but make sure it's covering your bust area properly. Then I will start walking from here to this side. I'll be walking this way this time around, no longer down. Then after I'm done walking to this place, I will also move to this other side and crochet from here row by row, so when I get to my desired size, and I'll tell you guys what next to do.